GHOSTFIRE. Alright. I like the case. Oh, hey, it's got a little... Alright, check that out. It's got the shoulder strap with padding on it. That's a nice... nice pouch there. It's kind of a canvas dent. I don't know what you call that. Anyhow, there's the latches on the side there. It's not a strap that goes all the way underneath, but it's stitched on pretty well. So I think that, not that I would go swinging that around, but okay. So let's open this up. The GS10 GS10 SE power supply. Okay, we'll get back to that. Got 2 pieces of loop already right there. I think that's the power supply. That's the bottom. I see the legs. And then, okay, there's some zip ties and some adhesive back mounts that you can put zip ties to, and adhesive back the male Velcro, or hook as it's called. I think, yeah, Velcro is the brand name. Okay, so it's got a clip, holds it in there, stretchy, and the coup de grace right there, the actual pedal board. So this is, I don't know, is that aluminum? That looks, okay, yeah, this looks like it's extruded aluminum. I see some plastic, so there's probably like a plastic corner piece in there, screwed together, the feet are screwed on. Very light, very light. So yeah, that's probably aluminum box tubing. That's the frame. So let's move the bag itself out of the way, which, yeah, liking the bag. Oh wait, what do we got here? Huh. Not, oh, I bet you can stick your guitar neck up in there. And then this whole thing can hang, like you strap your guitar on your gig bag on your back, like a backpack, and the neck can slip through there. So yeah, you can put your whole pedal board on the guitar neck. Clever. Cause yeah, I mean, this is light. I mean, I don't know how to, I don't have scales, but here, I'm holding it with my thumb and my my middle finger here. So not only lifting it, but, you know, holding it out flat. That's pretty light there. I mean, I wouldn't do it all day. But, okay, so first of all, we've got some, sorry, I keep hitting my camera with my hat here. We've got a, get focused, feet here, and we've got these feet here. And something I'm already seeing that I think is pretty clever is if you like these down low, the feet, the sides of those rubber feet still hit the ground. So it's gonna, you can see them right there, the rubber on these feet touch a little bit before everything else. So you've got actual rubber right here and here and here, even if you have it in the flat setting, which is actually slightly tilted up. And I'll get some better pictures later on after I get everything together. So whenever you do this number, then of course it's tilted up more, and then you can't really see that from overhead. But anyhow, so let's get into it. All right, power in, USB out. That's cool. Bunch of 9-volt outputs. So 100 milliamp, and then these are 300, 500 milliamp. Then you have an 18 volt, 100 milliamp. And then this last one, I thought this was pretty cool. It's a variable, so anywhere from 4 to 12 volt at 100 milliamp. Very, very cool. Yep, lots of cords. There's a extension, male to female, female to 9 volt battery style. That's sweet. And male to male. Wow, so okay, this just gets better. Better than I anticipated and what all they're providing here. What do we have here? This is your wall wart. It powers the whole shebang, and it is 18 volts at 1 amp, or 1,000 milliamps. So yes, if all the specs, if that's accurate, then it will totally do what it says. It will supply all the juice you need for pedals. Okay. So this is the guide. This is the distro. Hey, look at that's sharp. Oh, and I like that these are colored differently, so you don't accidentally jump into there. Because if you get too many milliamps to your pedal, whatever. But if you get too many volts, really looking at some issues there. Okay, so would make sense to put him underneath somewhere, out of the way so you don't step on him. And I guess you could go like that if you want to be able to see the cool logo and whatever. But yeah, you could put some Velcro and stick it on there, or zip tie it, which is what I would recommend doing. And like I said, they send you some zip ties. Wow, some long guys in here. Oh, hey, that right there, I bet that's the ticket. Okay, so these guys. So adhesive on one side, and then I don't know if you can tell, it's like the top of a pagoda or something. There's places where you can put your zip ties through the cap of it. So you zip tie to this guy, and this guy sticks on somewhere, right? Of course, that's janky, so I don't like that. I'm going to figure out a different way. You do with what you will. You're a guitarist. You know how to do things. I guess I'm going to go with these bad boys. Before I do that, this is the 12 volt, the 4 volt to 12 volt. There's not detents. You have to kind of feel it out. So all the way down is 4 volts. All the way up is 12 volts. So if you needed 10 volts, I guess you would just kind of do that number. Or if you needed 6 volts, you would just kind of go for that. This range of voltage, most things have a little bit of, your margins are kind of wide as far as damaging things. I do have, I've spoken to some guitarists who do like to they slightly like to overvolt some of their pedals, like their distortion pedals. They would use certain brands of batteries because those a little bit overcharged, and they would get a different sound. Just a brief little aside here while I'm getting things out of the box. There's my old pedal board. Piece of PVC and yeah, just a pile of wires. I actually powered everything with a TU2 pedal, my tuner pedal, but still, it was a hot mess. I would carry it in. I mean, it was protected. It was a nice solid box, but I'd have to lift this whole thing out, set it on the ground. It was pretty tight stuff too, but anyhow, I feel more professional. It won't change my playing, but man, will I look a lot better on stage, right? One thing I was going to point out, some pedals, like this one, it's all rubber on the bottom, so there's no place to put, the adhesive. So there's a very small contact patch, which I can use. It'll help out some from immediate slipping, but over time, the adhesive will just push around. So this is going to have to be strapped down. But pedals like this one, I think, hey, it came with its own pre-cut Velcro. So, yeah. Let's put that on there just really quickly. So, way I recommend doing this. Pro tip. Not because I'm a guitarist, it's because used to be a sign maker. So we dealt with a lot of adhesives. Okay, I line up one half of it, get it stuck down, and then, alright, now a well lined up piece of Velcro. Slap it down anywhere. Alright, so I'm still setting things up, still proof of concept here, but got things secured enough. If I really needed to, I could go out and use this right now. I still don't have these two, one to the other. Most likely I would plug up one or the other. I don't use overdrive much regardless, and when I do it's very nominal, so I would probably tone it down. Beside the point. They send enough of these guys to hook up everything and then some, so we've got plenty of these. That is awesome. One thing I do wish that they would do, and I can get my own, but they're all straight 90. So one end is straight and one end has a 90. There's a few pedals, I think it would be nice to have a 90 here and a 90 there so that it doesn't stick up far. You know, I have the option. But, I mean, I can go get my own, right? It does come with everything you need, turnkey. It also comes with one of these, an extender, so if your cable is just not quite long enough to get from here and snake around, you've got the extender. It's got one of these guys, so I guess a 3.5 or 1/8 inch or whatever converter, so if you've got something that powers off of that, and I think I mentioned already, it has one of these, so if you've got a device that doesn't have the standard port, or it's messed up, like I could pull the base off of my wah-wah and connect this to the old 9-volt plug. Hey, presto, we're good to go. So yeah, they really set you up, and I really like, you know, the gap really works out well here. I can tuck all my wires underneath. I haven't done my cable management yet, but I opted to set mine up in this fashion just for ease of patching in. I figure I'll be patching and unpatching quite a bit. Now, one thing I wanted to point out. Okay, so one thing I wanted to really point out though was that the power supply, this guy is an 18 volt 1 amp. Okay. Now, if it's feeding 1 amp in here, well, we've got each port, there's 100 milliamp, 100 milliamp, 100, 100, 100, 100, 300, 500, and then 2 more 100 milliamps. So if we add all those up, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 14, 15, 16, so it's pulling 1.6 milliamps, theoretically. If you plugged everything up and turned everything on at once, and each of your pedals was maxing out the port, then you could override or overload that adapter. I don't imagine that happening. I can imagine it, but I don't imagine it. So just keep an eye on your power draw. I looked up one of these a while ago, like this guy here, it draws 3 milliamps. So if they were all like this one pedal, there's enough amperage coming off of a single port to power all of my pedals. So it's probably not a concern, but if you do have some boutique pedals and you're going to be loading up all of this, you may want to think about, am I drawing enough current to tax this out? And also this last port here, if you really need every last port, make sure you have the voltage set properly. Yeah, and from there, I think it's pretty nice. Pretty nice board. They give you everything you need, really, to get going. Now I've done some other things in here that kind of jury-rigged, and I'm using some Velcro here. I keep some Velcro stuck on for an emergency, and also it keeps my pedal from sliding around, because this one I cannot put Velcro on by virtue of its design. Your pedal board is going to look so different. If you don't have one of these behemoth things, you can get like 15 more pedals just right there, because this thing takes up the whole freaking pedal board. Anyhow, it's a pedal board, and I didn't even think to demonstrate. It does in fact power everything up, and I don't know if you can see the lights on all of these. They're all lit up and operational. This, who knows? You never know with a wah-wah until you actually are listening to it. But I've got it all powered up, and it's all working great. And my USB is, yeah, I see a light on it. It's charging. So, all good. So that's a pretty good. It feels very solid. You know, I'm putting all my weight on it. I want it flatter. So really, the board itself, I think, is fabulous. As long as the power supply, holds up, and that's something that can only be proven over time. But I mean, it seems very well made, so I think that's going to serve very well. So hopefully that gives you some idea of the make and quality of this thing. Again, this is me standing on it, and I feel like absolutely no give, and it feels like it's going to totally endure whatever I put it through.